All right, ladies, happy Monday. It's January 17th, 18th. Heck, I don't know. I just know we're already halfway through the first month of 2021, which is like mind blowing to me. I know none of us thought we would ever get to this, but we're here. And that doesn't mean we didn't carry some baggage with us from 2020. But hey, there is a renewed just vision and momentum that comes with a new year and a fresh start. So I hope you guys all feel that. For me personally, like, and those of you who don't know me, my name's Christy Connors. I answer to anyway. I've heard my last name said 1,000 different ways, but I know they're talking to me typically. So I don't hate on that. But I have actually been a coach I just had my 6-year anniversary in September. So I guess like 6.5 years now. And it's just been a long yet short journey. It's crazy to think it doesn't feel like that long, but you can look back and it's just been wild. It's a roller coaster, just like life is in itself. You got your ups and your downs, and it's just you got to roll with those punches and make them mean something to you. And as we say to our team all the time, it's like make your mess your message. So I'm the captain of the hot mess express train. So I don't like try to act like I got my crap all together all the time because that's a fake and nobody can relate to perfectionism. Although we try, we set those high standards for ourselves, which is great, but it has to come with that grace too, to know that like, hey, we're only human. We are going to screw up, every single one of us, but it's what we do with that and bounce back that help us grow from that. So just a little bit more about me. Those of you who don't know, I'll try my story in itself. It can be very long because I've been here for forever, but I want to make sure you know where I came from. And I had gotten married in 2013, and it was terrible, you guys. It was never a bliss. Like even in our engagement phase, like we literally almost broke it off, but I was too embarrassed of what everybody would think of me. So I didn't. And it was just like it was a really, really hard time. And I will honestly now say it stemmed from me. My husband is the biggest blessing that I've ever had because he is the most confident person. We've known each other since high school, and I used to tell him he was cocky and conceited. And that was because I was so insecure with who I was. And I couldn't stand to see somebody who had their crap together and loved. I was like, you're just cocky. I can't stand you. But Lord knew just what I needed to build me to the woman, wife, mom that I now am. So, like I said, it was very, very rocky. And when I came to this fork in the road, I became a nurse in 2010. So I had been a full-time nurse for several years. And some of you are nurses. Y'all should let us know, like, where you're from and what it is that you do. You can drop that in the chat. It's always fun to know. But I loved nursing. I was like always in the ICU, so I ran off that adrenaline. But there was something missing, and it all stemmed from just being overworked, underpaid for the liability that I had around my neck. Every single time I hit that time clock, and just working weekends and holidays and spending so much time away from my family, I was like, there's has to be so much more to life than what I'm dealing with. Like to me, while I loved what I do, my family was supposed to come first. So I was like I was desperate for a change. And like I said, I was very, very stressed. I'd been into fitness, the fitness part I'd been into my entire life. I was a softball player and I almost played softball in high school, but then I chose nursing school over softball. And I worked out all the time. I was a big gym goer. So I'm not against gyms. I love gyms, but just a different season of life. I appreciate time and money saved these days. Um, but so I would work out, but then I'd go eat like a whole pizza by myself or a half a box of donuts. And then I would never feel the change of the hard work that I was putting in because I would just kill it every single time with being a stress eater. And that's not to say I don't still stress eat because I'm human and I don't just snap my fingers and be like, oh, well, I don't have that anymore. I do. And I think it's so special that we come together to where we can encourage and uplift each other, even when we too struggle. If that's what the world needs, to know like even us as coaches, we're real. We struggle just like everyone else, but it's being able to relate through those struggles that we can best connect. So I was looking for something. I was into fitness. I was tired of nursing. So I became a personal trainer and spent a lot of money getting certified, even got my fitness nutrition certification. And I did that for a couple of years. And it was just still Like, I was so freaking stressed because I was driving to the gym, waiting on clients, doing several hour sessions, and then coming back. And like at that time, Jordan and I knew from the very beginning, we always dreamed of having a big family, but it was, once again, it did not come easy for us. Just a Cliff Notes version, 6 years, we did everything up to IVF, but all the shots and the medications and getting all the weekly ultrasounds, and it was just draining, and nothing ever made sense. Like from our labs and stuff, it just nothing made sense. But we knew, like, we wanted to be family, and I knew that I wanted to be home because I was already missing out on so much when it was just Jordan and I. And I'd be dang if I did that once I did have kids. Um, so I was like, what the heck? And actually, my coach found him on Instagram. It was back in the when they were launching Insanity Max 30, like I said, over 6.5 years ago now. And I don't even like cardio. Like, what in the world possessed me to that? I don't know. I have on this Insanity instructor because I literally got it on sale at our summit, but I don't do cardio. Shanti's too intense for me. Like, he kills. But I was like, that seems like a challenge. I need something to push me. And then somehow it like got turned into like coaching, and I was clueless, I was scared, I had no idea. Y'all might not know it, but I'm the biggest introvert and homebody probably that you will ever meet. Like, I love being home, I love being to myself, I love staying in my pajamas. And so in a weirdly enough way, this quarantine has been a blessing in a sense. There are times where I'm like, I want to pluck my eyeballs out like everybody does, and I'm like, I need to get out of this house. But oddly enough, I love to be home. So and I found through this opportunity that a lot of coaches are actually introverts. Not all of them, but hey, we bring the best out of each other. So I was like, you know what? I don't know what you're talking about. I don't know what I'm doing, but sure, let's do it. Why not? I was like, I had a social media account, but I was the one like much left to be on these videos or take selfies. Not a chance in the world. Like, you couldn't have paid me. I would have betted against myself because I just would never. I was the one hiding behind the camera. I would refuse to let people take pictures of me because I was that insecure of myself. And I was just creeping everybody else. I didn't ever post. Like, I didn't even have an Instagram account. But I was like, you know what? Let's go. And everything he told me, I can look back now and it's a complete joke, you guys. I was a billboard for Beachbody, which I don't recommend because it's about you, but it didn't matter because I led with so much heart and so much passion. Like, that's what people felt, and they wanted some of that. And so, like, it was all about falling forward, failing forward. And so I did. I just went all in, and I just got messy with it, you guys, because it's hard being that perfectionist. But I was like, you know what? And when I did, it's important to insert this as well because so many women, especially there are men in this business, but it's predominantly women. And I've talked to several women, and they're like, their husbands are not on board. Oh my gosh. Already coming from a hard place in my marriage, Jordan was like, pissed. Sorry, he was so mad at me. He did not want me to do this, but I was like, I have to do something, and I'm determined to freaking find a way. I don't know what I'm doing, but I'm gonna do it. And I was actually talking to a girl today and just trying to figure out a way to get the finances to sign up. I'm like, girl, I know, trust me. I had to promise my husband, like, okay, just give me 30 days and I promise you I will make my investment back. And like, so I knew I didn't have a choice, or else, because we've all been in that vicious cycle of starting something, giving up, starting something, giving up. And typically that comes down to we don't have the community, we don't have the accountability. We're trying to do things on our own dang way by ourselves. And while you're excited at first, well, then what happens when girls' night comes, or you're just not feeling like it? Women have emotions. We have lots and lots of estrogen. Lord knows I do. So, like, any little thing can get us off track. And so I remember the days Jordan would be like, first fight, you guys would sit on the couch with a tub of like Bluebell ice cream, just eating as I'm sitting there working out. I'm just mad, but it was just fueling my fire because I'm competitive. I was like, dude, I'm going to make this work. You can throw all this at me if you want to, but I promise you I'm going to prove you wrong. And fast forward, actually, within 2 weeks, I signed up with one of the base packets. I paid about $160, and within 2 weeks, I'd earned $350. So I had doubled what I'd invested. And it was like, okay, okay. Insert legal disclaimer. I worked hard for that, you guys. I made lots of sacrifices, but I was willing to do what I could in that moment so that I could live like others can't. We say that saying all the time, do what others don't so that you can live like others can't in the future. And that's just something we have to constantly remind ourselves because we're not always going to enjoy the process. And I will tell you all this right here. I'm very much a tough love person. So no, like I hate like when people talk about, oh, I'm not motivated. Who is? Like every single time my alarm goes off at 4:30 or even 6:30 or whatever time I set it for, I'm not excited. I don't jump out of bed ready to work out or show up and be on stories and all the things, but it has to go so much deeper than that. Because maybe right now, if you're just thinking about getting started, there will be some momentum, there will be some motivation. But guess what? When it gets to month two, month three, that's going to fade. Motivation, as my business mentor would tell me, he said it's a gimmick, or he says it's BS, whatever you want to say that it is. But you cannot rely on that because it's constantly like our emotions, it's going to go up and down. So it has to come down to discipline and that steadfast why you're willing to show up and do the work. And for me, it's not for me. It's for those people sitting in there that are counting on mama to show up every day to provide for them, to be present with them, and to dang bring daddy home too. That is my ultimate big scary goal for this year. And it's scary and I don't know how it's going to work. But I'm manifesting the heck out of it. And I'm willing to show up and do that hard work. And by I say hard work, my goal for this year is simply I'm a hustler, I'm a workaholic, I am, but this year is like my working smarter tactic because I can just work, and you guys, we do eventually burn out. So it is about working smarter and doing those things that are going to propel you forward because you will never be able to do every single thing, and we have to be okay with that. So we have to focus. I tell people all the time, brain dump. If you're like stressed to the max, if you're anxious, whatever's cluttering your brain from washing dishes, folding laundry, doing your invites as a coach, like showing up, like what are the three things that are going to move the needle forward the most? And once you've done those dang things, be dang proud of that. Lay your head down at night, sleep good, and tomorrow is a new day and you start over. Um, so I kind of got off track with that, but I did want to share like it's not about working long, tireless hours, you guys. It is about being so focused and intentional with the amount of time that you have so you can create that life of freedom that we all desire and be able to do those things that we want to do that other people aren't willing to do because they're not doing the work that we're willing to show up for. So that's enough about my history and stuff. So, who can be a coach, you guys? Anybody with the heart and the passion and the work ethic to put in that work that is uncomfortable, that is scary. Because I'm sure you've all known and learned the hard way, unless there's a little bit of luck played in there, it is getting scary and uncomfortable. That is where you're going to grow the most. Success doesn't come from our comfort zones. And I'm sure you've heard that before, and it's been proven to me time and time again. It's like when I share that those vulnerable places of my heart and of my journey, that I'm so scared, like it makes me want to puke inside. Like I can share those things, and it's those moments that I'm like, I can get caught in my own mean girl head and let fear stop me, or I can do it. And those are the ones that are like, thank you so much for sharing that. I can relate to that. That just tugged at my heartstrings, or whatever it is really when we peel those layers back and share those deepest parts of our story that mean the most to us and are best able to impact those around us. Okay, so that's the who. Anybody, you guys, introverted. We have a lots and lots of I feel like nurses and teachers in this business because we have that heart for helping. But that's awesome and all, but it has to go so much deeper than that. Why do you want to help people? Because so often as coaches, we get scared and we can talk about our workouts, but yet we won't talk about the business. And why would we hold that gift to ourselves when ultimately that's what I know has changed me in every single way. It's a gave me the confidence to love who I am and the woman I'm continuing to become as a wife, as a mom, as a coach, as a mentor, as a friend, as a daughter, all those things. I know that we all know that change starts in the inside. And that's why one of our vital behaviors, we have four of them as coaches, is personal development. I thought it was a complete joke and didn't do it for the first 6 months. I was like, gosh, I don't need that. And because nursing school like made me hate and loathe reading anything. Like it just felt like such a chore. And I was like, I ain't got time for that. Truth is, with that saying being said, we all have time for whatever the heck we want to make time for. It comes down to our priorities, you guys. We all have the exact same 24 hours in the day, and it comes back to we'll never be able to do it all, but we're going to make time for the things that mean the most to us, point blank. Um, but I just knew, like, I got so stressed, and then like I was excited, and then people, guess what? You're reaching out, or they're ignoring you, or they tell you no, and you're like, oh, well, you start questioning yourself. Am I not good enough? Am I not made for this? PD, you guys, PD. That's what we call personal development. If you don't have time to sit and read a book, then audio, podcast, there is tons and tons and tons of free resources out there that you can utilize. And I tell our people this all the time, like, do one of those mindless activities with a mindful activity, such as you folding clothes and you're just listening to that positiveness in the background. My biggest recommendation, do it first thing in the morning before you get on social media. You know, the world needs us. They need positivity. They need voice. They need a light in a world full of so much hate right now. I hate to say it, but let's just be honest. It is what it is. And it's sad, but that's why we have to stand strong. But before we let all that come into our hearts, we have to safeguard ourselves, our hearts, and our mind. And first thing in the morning, I have a Darren Daly, it's a free resource. If you haven't heard of him, and then that comes to my email. And then right now I'm doing my 21 days of prayer. But there's so many resources that you just have to be so intentional about. And I promise you, that's where it all stirs on the inside, is having that right mindset and that confidence to then share what it is you're doing with everyone else. Now, and saying who can be a coach, I hear all the time, oh, I'm not at my goal weight. Good, great, perfect. Let people know that you're on a journey too. Nobody relates to perfect Barbie over there who's already got all her crap together. They want to know, like, hey, she's on this journey too. I see her showing up, putting in the work, working hard. What do you achieve at 1 week? You lost 5 pounds. Awesome. Share that. That is why I became a coach. Like, outside of needing that extra means of income to bring my tail home and stop spending so many hours away from home. But I was like, I have to share my journey or else I will give up again. And I'd already done that, and I had to prove him wrong. So like, people want to see, like, because even if you invite them and they ghost you and they ignore you, they're probably watching in the background and say, like, she's going to give up just like everybody else, but you have to prove them wrong. You have to have that mindset, like, I'm going to be there. I'm still going to be here. So watch me or join me. I would love for you to join me, but if not, hopefully you find inspiration from that. So it's not about being at a goal weight, you guys. It's about being the best version of you and constantly fighting for more, setting those goals, celebrating the heck out of them along the way, but then also pushing yourself for more. It has to be that fine line of giving yourself grace while acknowledging any and all victories, no matter how big or small along the way, because there's always room for more and more improvement. So what do we do as coaches? Kind of talked about these things. But honestly, what we do the most as coaches is behind the scenes. It is those personal connections. There are so many marketing companies. Some I root for, some I don't. Truth is, and you're going to run into all these different marketers and how people carry themselves. But I mean, yeah, I'm biased because I've been doing this for 6.5 years. But nobody has what we have. We have the total solution to change somebody's life from the inside out. While there's products and stuff that can make people beautiful outside, there's also other health and wellness companies that just focus on one area. Nobody focuses on nutrition, fitness, and accountability, sisterhood, community, the all-in-one solution like we do. And we are truly blessed with that. Not all coaches love to work out. Lots of them like to stress eat and drink wine or do whatever they like to do, maybe all of the above. But we're all here on a message, fighting to be the best version of ourselves while leaning in together, and we truly are that much stronger when we do. So what we do as coaches, we have what we're called power hours. Even if you don't have a solid hour, if your kids drive you crazy, you're already working a full-time job and all the things, we have what's called power pockets. You might have 10 minutes here. You might need to run to the bathroom to check a message or two on your pee breaks at your work. I mean, I'm not trying to get you fired, but like, hey, if you're peeing, take your phone, whatever it takes. And working in those 10 to 15-minute increments throughout your day. And if you can focus literally 1 hour a day, however that looks, consecutively or broken up, you can be successful. Now, I say that but it has to come down to your IPAs, your income producing activities. We can all just constantly be crafting our posts and showing up in our feed. That's all great. But what it comes down to is that behind the scenes messaging and building those one-on-one relationships, because it's not so cookie cutter for everyone. Um, and then just really leaning in to our groups and the communities that we have built. And the best part about those power hours, we have tracking sheets, you guys. It's all laid out. You don't have to guess what do I have to do or when. It's all laid out, friends. Like 5 minutes, set a timer, race the dang clock, prove to yourself, like, holy crap, I can work smarter and get more done in less time. That's a good feeling. That's a feeling of empowerment. But just constantly showing up and sharing your journey is what's going to best impact others, because you can never, like, we get in that mindset of, oh, I don't sell. That's where we mess up and already set ourselves up for failure, because while we do sell products, it's not about selling, you guys. It is about sharing our journey and connecting with others and sharing what we've done and how we can best help others join us along the ride. Because if we're just like trying to push a product or something like that, it's never going to work. Or if it does work, it's going to be very short lived. And nobody wins from that. We're not in this just to get a quick investment, but to form those relationships and change our lives for the long haul. So, and why? It comes back to, why do you do what you do? Why did you show up on this call? Like, what intrigues you about coaching and taking that next step to better yourself, to provide for your family, whatever that may look like? Like I said, it can come into it like, I don't know, I'm just ready for a change. I want to help. I need the accountability. And those are all great, but they're not big enough, you guys. They are not. And if you do not peel those layers back and really dig deep to where it's like makes you want to throw up, that is so scared, or it gives you goosebumps to share those things, that is that deep rooted why that is going to push you to show up every dang day, you guys. So whether it's for your family and taking them on a trip and including them on your vision and all those things, like, I love including my kids into my why and being able to provide them with things that I didn't have growing up. We never took vacations. So me and Jordan have always highly prioritized being able to travel. Yeah, it's been hard this year. We've still been able to do some things, but we're like, you know what? And people told us, oh, when you have kids, that'll change. Yeah, it changes. Everything changes. But dang it, I will provide opportunities for my kids that I never had. And so that's something that was recently asked, and something for you to think about. Freedom, talking about that why. If you could spend just 1 week doing whatever the heck you wanted to do without asking for time off or finances or any limitations, what would you do? You would be willing to make every single sacrifice that you had to make that happen. So why are you limiting yourself? Why are you living in this fear and just relying on motivation to get you out of bed and do those things every single day when we know that's never going to last? I hope you know that you're worth so much more than that, but you have to constantly remind yourself of that. And something that I love this quote, and it talks about, I would way rather face my struggles and that hard than to live a life of regret, because that regret is so much harder, you guys. So at least I know that when my time comes, I'm gonna be like, I gave it my freaking best. I'm not gonna be like, well, what if I would have chose this route and done something differently? Like, I know with my whole heart and soul, like, I'm right where I'm supposed to be, and just sharing this gift that I have to offer and what it has done for me and my family. Um, so how? We're gonna talk about the how real quick. I get so excited. I could literally talk about coaching forever and ever and ever. Um, how to get started. If you're already a customer, awesome. That's what we have our completion packs for. And that's literally your nutrition, fitness, or yeah, you already have the fitness if you already have bod, but your nutrition and the coach part. So with the completion or the challenge packs, you guys, the coach fee is typically a $40 fee, which I know this is being recorded, but if you were to just pay that $40 fee, you totally could, but it's a complete waste of money. It's just to have access to your coach office that is already created for you. You already have your own website. You're going to get that anyways. Why would you pay $40 for that when that could be $40 invested into products to your health? Just my mindset. I'm very much a budgeter and I love to save. even before I had kids, but now it's even more so. Um, but one of my cousins, she was like, "Chrissy, you're the like biggest penny pincher I know." I mean, I like to save, but so I want you to invest in something that's actually going to benefit you the most, not be spending money for something that you're already gonna have. If you're not currently a BOD member, then you get our challenge pack, which is everything the fitness, nutrition, and the support. And I don't want to go through those different packages right now because I want you, if you're ready, you reach out to the coach that invited you here because it being January and the new year, we have like quite a few top-notch programs from the breakaway program that is our newest running program. It's on promo this month. We have MBF, which is, oh my gosh, I love it, for the bod ropes. And then we just released 9-week control freak that I'm doing, and it's rocking my world. I love it so much. My everything hurts. It hurts so good. That one is a little bit more, just because it comes with the equipment, right there on that thing there. Um, but and then the other one starts at like 160 for a full challenge pack. For a completion, it's going to be around 130 for those. Just to give you a ballpark idea, those are going to vary. Um, for that. But you guys, you're getting your whole first month supply of nutrition, whether that's Shakeology that has literally changed and saved my life, that I pay $3.30 a day. Please tell me where I can eat for that cheap and get over 70 superfoods for my body, including pre and probiotics. God knows those are expensive enough by themselves, not to mention all the aminos, digestive enzymes, and I could go on and on and on. Plus, of course, you're a good source of protein. So Shakeology is not a protein shake. If you use a protein shake, great, that's awesome. It has to go more than that. Health comes from more than just protein, you guys. And then we have the performance line. Everybody took a shot of Energize before this call. Uh, every single mama, every single woman needs Energize in their life. Just my opinion. It's what gets me going in the morning. And then our recover, which is our post-workout protein that also has BCAAs in it to help with that muscle soreness. So good. I'm a chocolate fan. Some people like the orange. It's totally up to you. If you like the Flintstone push pop that's kids. So tons and tons of options, you guys. You just have to be willing to invest, fail forward, and be like, hey, it's okay to get messy. I have no idea what I'm doing. I'm just on a journey to better myself. And if I can share my journey and inspire and impact just one person to join me, then I know I'm doing something right. Like, because the world needs you. While there's a total of like 400,000 coaches, people aren't showing up. They're not doing the work. Maybe 1,000 of those are actually showing up with their journey. And there's 2.2 billion just in the US alone that deal with like obesity, diseases that are health related causes. Like, you guys, the world needs us. They need you. You have a voice. Let it be heard. Don't hold somebody else's destiny or your own or your family's in your mouth. Like, let it out there. It's okay to be scared. It's okay to be uncomfortable. Like, trust me, I get it. Still 6.5 years. I feel like, oh, this is weird sometimes, but I just do it because I know, like, I'm willing to take those chances to best provide for my family. Oh, and if you are military, husband, spouse, then you actually don't have to pay the coach fee. That is after your first month with the completion or a challenge pack. The only required fee we have as coaches, you guys, is $15.95. It's like 16, 17 in Canada. You're good old tax dollar. But even with that, you guys, you get 25% off all that we order. So you're still saving so much compared to what a regular customer would. And the more products, the more you're saving. Um, so just something to think about as you break that down. And if you do the referral program and just like, if you literally take advantage of the momentum that you have as a brand new coach, like, it makes a difference because you're excited. It's new to those people around you. They want to do what you're doing. Now, if you wait, it's just going to become like, I don't know. Ride that momentum wave. Share. Get your like, actually, my husband was my first coach that I signed, and it was me being him. Because again, he wasn't even supporting me, much less him be a coach. But that's a whole different story, you guys. But that's just building your business and instilling that confidence and taking those action steps to grow you. Um, so if y'all have any questions, please drop them in the chat real quick. Um, and just know, like I mentioned earlier, with that, I think I inserted legal disclaimer. No level of success is guaranteed. It's up to you. your own work, diligence, and skill. Like I made that $350 in my first 2 weeks. That was as simple as getting 7 people to join me. Um, and just knowing upfront, your commission is primarily going to be like retail based. That is getting people to join you. But if you're growing and you're building a team, like that is when the game changes. Like I said, you get your first 2 coaches, well, you've already advanced in rank and you opened up what we call team cycle bonuses. I'm not going to dig into this because I know it's next level and I know it can be overwhelming, but no, feeling overwhelmed is a choice. Take a deep breath, breathe through it. But that is where the game changes, and knowing that um, when I matched my nursing income within 4 months of being a coach, and then now, I'm at the point where I'm making what I made in 2 weeks, I'm making more than that in 1 week now. And that didn't come without sacrifice, without hard work. But I knew, like, I'm determined to do this because my family is meant for more. They deserve more. And I'm going to do whatever I can, come hell or high water, to provide for their needs and to show them what self love and self respect is. Like, my kids love to work out with me. And that makes me feel so good. And it also pushes me because I'll be like, oh my God, I'm tired. I need a break. But knowing that they're there and that they're watching me, like I just keep going for them, you guys. So just do it. If you can't start off doing it for you, do it for those who need you and they need the best version of you, not the rest of you. As women, we try to do all the things and you cannot pour from that empty cup. You're going to be stressed, overworked, overwhelmed, and you have to draw that line in the sand and know that, okay, I am worth 30 minutes a day to invest into my mental health because I know, like, when I don't work out, you better put me in a padded room. Nobody wants to be around me because this world is crazy. The kids are crazy. I had to homeschool last week when we were quarantined, and I was like, if y'all let me breathe, somebody's going to get hurt. Like, like you have to make your health a priority. And when you do, they're gonna feel that. Like my kids asked me the other day, they was like, "Why you been so happy?" I'm like, "Because I feel good. I'm taking care of me, and when I do that, I can be better to them and to those who need me." So that is all I got. So, let me see. If y'all have any questions, and I'm going to try to plug this in for our giveaway. So, for everyone that jumped on, so here's a couple of things. God, I always go over. I knew I would. I've only got 5 minutes before we actually get cut off. So, a few things. I'm going to put everybody in this little Pixar app because that's the only way I could have wrote them and put them in a hat, but whatever. So for showing up for everybody tonight, I'm going to do a giveaway for these things. I got this little devotional book here because PD, mindset is everything. I got a shaker cup and I've got a packet of Energize and Bevy. Energize, we talked about, mom crack. Have in your life, shame on you. Whereas Bevy, y'all know I have the sweet tooth cravings. That's what gets me through those afternoon slumps when all I want to do is head dive into a box of donuts. So I'm going to do the drawing for that. And then after that, the first 2 people who join us, they're going to also get all those things. Also going to get a tank top. And then if you're wrong with Control Freak, because it's my jam, I have these awesome stickers that they go on your cup. It's freaking cute. Love that. So that's for the first 2 people who get signed up with a completion contact as a coach tonight. Now let me plug this in. It's gonna take forever. Okay. Oh, I can't even spell. Let me know if y'all have any questions. And it's telling me I got to pay for that. I just downloaded it. Give me a second. I can or get cut off. I gotta hurry. Okay. Y'all can ask questions. Nobody bites. I know you're going to be thinking it. Or you can unmute yourself if you feel like it. That's totally cool too. Get in there.
I don't think anybody wants to unmute, so I'll at least unmute and say hi.
Hey, thank you. My guinea pig. Thank you, Nadia.
Oh my gosh, I have to show you guys this because it's the best thing ever and I just got it. but it's a ball. It's like
What is
those
that?
therapy balls. Oh my God, it's so good. Like it literally got that crick out that I've been trying to get out for the 2 weeks of doing 9-week control freak.
So is it more like the ones like you roll, or is it more like a stress ball, or
Yeah, no, it's like one of those that you can just like roll on instead of like the foam roller, but it like gets into like that spot that you can't get the foam roller to go in. It's amazing. I just got it like literally like 30 minutes
my
ago.
gosh.
And all I've been doing is rolling everywhere I'm sitting, but it's great.
Yeah, where did you get it from? Leah said she
Target
needs.
has it and so does Amazon and it's 15 bucks. And this one's got like crazy high reviews. So it's like and it's super firm. So like it's getting all those knots out. So any of you who are stressed because of quarantining, like this guy, you need him.
Let's be real, who's not stressed from quarantining? Like
Basically, that's why I was laughing so hard when you said the thing about the homeschooling. I was like, yeah, that's all of us
and
right
for our
now with
Canadian friends,
anyone
oh
that's
my
like home.
gosh. Yeah, our Canadians that are quarantined for 28 days. I love you guys, and I just give you all the virtual hugs and cheers and
Are you from Canada, Victoria?
Yeah, pray for us.
yeah,
Oh my gosh.
bless y'all. Okay, so I got 2 minutes. I can't
Okay.
see on this backside, so I don't know like how to do this. Okay, for our winner giveaway. Okay, who's this? Amanda. So Amanda, you're gonna get a little giveaway for our thing. So thank y'all so much for jumping on. I hope you found it helpful. And if you have questions, because I know it's uncomfortable on a call, so thank you, Nadia, for breaking that ice. She's awesome. And just let us know if you have any questions, because I know it's a lot to say to soak in. Heck, I'm still learning it 6.5 years, but that's the beauty of it. The only thing that doesn't change is change itself. And we just got to be willing to roll with those punches, like quarantine, like COVID, and all the crazy. But what a blessing when we get to lean in and manhandle that crazy together, because Lord knows we need each other. Like this time, like I love this. You ladies fill my cup every single day, just knowing I'm not on this journey alone. It means the world. So thank y'all so much for spending. Sorry, I knew I'd go over 30. I tried really hard, but at least I'm under 40. So thank y'all again for tuning in, and I hope y'all have a great rest of your night. And I hope to hear from some of you and see more of you soon. All right, take care, y'all.